Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope everyone is doing well. Let me scroll back. This video is going to be about lessen your meat intake. This would be great for someone who doesn't have a lot of energy. Who in here doesn't have a lot of energy? It happens sometimes. And not having a lot of energy, it just simply means that you're sluggish and some things are happening in your body. You need a good detox. Need a good detox. I'm going to let some people come on in. Please share this video, guys. Thank you so much for all the people who are joining the community of my holistic counselor. Thank you for everyone who is subscribed to the channel. Thank you to the supporters. Thank you for the donators. Thank you for the sharers, the commenters, and the heart givers. Thank you so much for all of that because you guys help me out. You help these videos out. Okay, so I was raised just like anyone else to eat whatever the heck you want to eat. But no, I wasn't completely raised like that. I was raised that portions are king. But yes, now that I'm in my 40s and I'm into this holistic realm, and I've been doing years upon years of research, and I've helped so many people within my community, I'm learning that what we place inside of our bodies is very serious, okay? It affects our hair growth. It affects our skin. It affects our mind. It affects our weight. It affects our hormones. Everything affects everything in the holistic realm. And so one thing I have noticed that once I have completely taken out all the major meats, I'm just eating like fish and salmon to be and tuna. That's it. I'm very, very specific on the seafood that I eat. I have seen a huge improvement. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read this comment. My digestive system is so jacked up, I quit. This thing went back, and I'm doing my best because of it. Right. I'm glad she brought that up because the digestive system is so crucial to your health. It's no other way. Will people not subscribe to Facebook be able to watch this? Yeah. So guys, let me take a break for a minute. Yeah, all of my content for the most part is monetized. I'm not really monetized on Facebook, so I don't really keep these type of videos up. So I would suggest that you join the group, the community, and you'll have access to all of my videos. You'll have access to everything. So if you can't watch me while it's live, I do apologize. That's great because that means you're probably having a job, and things of that nature. Oh, honey, I can't accept you in this video. If I accept you in this video, then this video would not even be able to be syndicated, guys. But yeah, lessen your meat intake if you want to have a better quality of life. A lot of us, unfortunately, when we don't have energy, this is what we usually go to: sugar and caffeine. Let's talk about sugar. Sugar is horrible for the immune system. Everything that I'm saying, guys, you can look it up yourself. I'm not talking out of my emotions, or I'm not trying to make you see it my way. It is a well-known fact that sugar depletes the immune system, okay? And so with that being said, Why would you want that type of diet to be your main? Because our immune system needs to be in tip-top shape to keep different diseases and disorders and discomforts out of the body. And then secondly, we go ahead and we do caffeine. Now, caffeine, of course, just like sugar in small doses are okay. Caffeine is a huge endocrine disruptor. Endocrine is like where your hormones and all of that. It's all about the blood and endocrine, your system, your liver, your kidneys, all of that. And it's just a huge disruptor. If you are constantly going to caffeine to help you, right, you're not going to be able to sleep. It's going to affect your kidneys. It's going to affect your weight. It's going to affect your gut. Okay? Your gut health is very important. Okay? So if you're having a problem with having a big stomach or bloated, it's just simply saying your gut health is off. And that is something that I help with too, to get the gut health better. If your gut health is off, guess what is going to be off? Your pH levels. Your pH balance, that's how women talk. Your pH is going to be off. So if you're a person who gets a lot of infections, or you get a lot of yeast or BV or anything like that, your gut health is off. And the answer is not just to have yogurt, because we don't do dairy in high amounts. Just understand that when you eat dairy, dairy is solely for you to enjoy your food and taste. It's not a lot of necessary benefits to that, especially if you are trying to deal with gut health. Okay? Because dairy, what does dairy do? It slows down everything. So if you already have issues with going to the bathroom, the dairy probably wouldn't be the best. Now, if I had to suggest, if you're going to eat yogurt, the best yogurt is Greek yogurt. And you can actually look up the health benefits of Greek yogurt. So you can make a decision on whether you want to incorporate that. And get organic. Make sure you get organic. You try your best to get the best dairy out there. And that's what I do. I help people have healthier alternatives. Because you don't have time to do all of that, right? That's my job. So that's why I encourage you guys to join the group. The group, it's, I don't like saying group. It's a community. If you have any questions, go ahead and type it up. So the first thing I did, I have been cutting out meat. I have been cutting down on my meat, this has been like a 17, 18 year process, 19 years, a long time. So my first meat that I cut out was pork and beef. Who in here eats pork? Anybody? If so, that's your business. There's nothing wrong. I mean, look, it is levels to this, guys. It's levels, okay? But I'm just teaching you how to do it. Because one thing you probably should not do is cut out everything at one time. I would never suggest somebody to just go straight meatless. Why? Because your body has to get acclimated to your new decisions. Are you guys here with me? You guys hear me? Your body has to get acclimated, used to your new decision. So you don't want to hi, Miss Selena. You don't want to just throw that on your body. Okay? You want to take your time. There's nothing wrong with taking your time. You know? Some people will make you feel like you have to do everything at one time to be legit. No. It's a day-to-day thing. The race is not to the swift, but the one who endures. And if you try to do everything too fast, you'll crash fast. You don't want that. A lifestyle is basically developed over time. It's not necessarily developed overnight. Okay? If you have questions or concerns, go ahead and type them up. I'm just sitting here doing my hair, talking to you guys, multitasking. So yeah, pork. Let's talk about pork. Pork has more parasites. It helps the gut to have more parasites. And so, like, if you're a woman and you're struggling with, like, pH problems, the first meat you should really cut out is pork. Now, when you cut out pork, that doesn't mean for you to go to turkey bacon. Turkey bacon is not good. It's actually worse than pork bacon because of the sodium content. So you're not doing anything like spectacular doing the turkey bacon. I hate to tell you guys that, but you got to start somewhere, right? So yeah, when you stop eating pork, you may see parasites coming out, you know, and it's good to look at everything. Like, I hope you guys, like, if you're in a holistic realm, you got to start looking what comes out of you. Yeah, got to do that because all of that indicates something. That shows you your health. You can't be shy. You gotta know yourself. So you'll see that. You'll see parasites and things. That's scary. And you're like, hey, I don't want that in my body. And usually that is from pork. And it doesn't matter how good you cook it. It's just the meat is just foul. It's just not good. The second meat, of course, you want to go ahead and you want to cut out beef. Yes. Now, of course, if you had beef once in a blue moon or whatever, it probably wouldn't hurt you. But for some reason, when you eat certain things, the brain just loves it so much and it continuously wants it. And that's why you have to have a very strong mindset and tell yourself, you know what, I'm not going to do this. Because they teach you that the first thing meat has is iron, right? No, you can get your iron from your plant sources and herbs too. There are so many herbs out here that has iron in it that I would suggest that you join my community so you can learn how to get your iron other than meat, because I don't eat beef or anything like that. And so my iron is not all the way okay all the time, but for the most part it is what I need it to be. I know how to get more iron without getting meat. And you learn that over time, guys. That's why I'm offering my services to you, because I know you guys don't have time to do this. You don't have time. It's a lot out there. And I love doing one-on-ones, guys. So once you join the group, I'll text you and we'll talk. And then you'll get a one-on-one. One-on-one is even more thorough, okay? So I would suggest once you do join to get the one-on-one. And my one-on-ones are 1 hour. 1 hour. You schedule it. And we will, be a video chat and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and type them up, guys. I'm trying to get this hair done. So let's go through, because I know somebody is going to want to stop meat after this video. You're going to go through some things. You're going to go through some great things, and you're also going to go through some challenging things. First and foremost, you're going to have so much energy after you stop meat. You're going to have so much energy, it's going to be kind of like um, a surprise to you. Because if you're walking around, a lot of us are walking around in a fog. We don't even know it until you do some crucial changes to your diet. And then you're like, oh my gosh. Like one thing, ladies, if you're having problems with your cycles and they're heavy and they're long, if you stop meat, you're going to see a difference. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to be specific on what that difference is, but you will see a difference, and you will appreciate that difference. And if you appreciate it enough, you won't go back to whatever you were doing before when you were having problems. Everyone's body is different, but we're all universal when it comes to meat. It's supposed to be in small doses. It's so many different things that happens to the meat. I'm not going to be specific. All of that you can look up yourself. But it does affect our mind, and it makes us feel like, hey, I need it at every meal. You really don't. You don't need meat at every meal. You have some communities that actually fast around Lent. They fast at Ramadan and all of that. They actually fast from certain meats during that time, which is awesome because you're supposed to be closer to God, right? During those times and things like that. Well, I've noticed that if you want that connection to be even stronger, we want to be close to the Lord, and we want the Lord and the Holy Spirit to be able to communicate. Well, unfortunately, when our bodies are ridden with different chemicals and meats and we're running around like that, unfortunately, the communication's off. Anybody knows what I'm talking about? Does anybody know what I'm talking about here? Am I talking to people? I know, I see you. You guys are just chilling.
They are.
Y'all just chilling.
Guys, make sure you share this out.
When you start to fast, you don't have to fast like fast from everything. But of course, you need food, you need water. But when you start to take meat out of your diet, you're going to see a whole nother situation happen with your body. I've become so cleaner in my thinking and cleaner in my ways. My dreams are more vivid. They're more deep. It's just better for you. I can't say that enough. I was vegetarian for 10 years working. I can't see that, Miss Jacqueline. I don't know what's going on. They cut off the comments. I don't know what that's about. I would love to read the rest of that. I don't know how to do it. Oh, I have to press it. No, I don't. I still can't see it. Maybe my husband can see it.
Let's see if I can read it.
I'm sure it was full of information. I want to know what you guys are talking about.
I was a vegetarian for 10 years working on going back. He was a vegetarian.
So why did you stop? I guess you probably acquired the goal, I guess, or things changed. You know why you probably did. It's the same reason why I considered going back to beef this year. It's because some things probably have changed. If you did it for 10 years, I'm assuming you're at least 40. Hopefully, I'm talking to someone who's in their 40s. And I noticed some changes too, and I was considering. And then I had to go back into my mental Rolodex, into my Bible, and I talked to my husband, and he said, no, don't do it. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it. And so what I had to do is I had to just do some other things. I'm telling you, our bodies change over the years. You can't get over it. You can't get around that, over it, or under it. It is what it is. It changes. It is. And so what we were able to do when we were younger, obviously you're not able to do now sometimes when you're 40s. So I get it. I really do. A lot of my clientele are 40 and up, to be honest, because that's when things start to shift, as we would say. And the shift is good. I mean, change is good. I mean, you just have to know what you're doing within that change. But I'm going to tell you, a less meat diet is very beneficial for anyone of any age. So yeah, you're gonna feel more energy. You're gonna feel different. Your body is gonna be able to detox more. We're all. I mean, who doesn't want to detox? Get rid of things that are going to be toxic to the body. Like, who wants to walk around toxic? That's a new word people are just using, right? They're using the word toxic for relationships or for people's personalities, but more than likely, if you are toxic in your personality, it's coming from what you're eating or what you're not eating. You know, if you're more of a peaceful person, then more than likely you're not eating things that are toxic for your body. That's just how it works. Yep. So let's talk about meat real quick and how it's processed just a tad. I'm not going to get right into it because I don't want to bore you guys. But, you know, they put a lot of sedatives in animals. They put a lot of, they put steroids. They put antibiotics. Antibiotics, guys, are not good. You know, it's antibiotics, the same antibiotics that the doctor gives you. And they, for whatever infections that you may have or whatever. They're antibiotics and they're not supposed to be taken all the time. But one thing they do is they put it in our meats. So when we're eating a lot of meat, you're eating a lot of antibiotics. And so over time, you're like, well, why isn't these antibiotics for this infection? Why is it not working? Or why does the infection keep coming back? Because you have antibiotics going through your system. So one thing, if you have an infection, one thing you want to do is you probably want to maybe stop eating meat during that time. Like, just stop eating meat. If anything, you may eat some fish, but don't eat any meat during the time in which you're trying to heal your infection and see what happens. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but just see what happens and see how you feel. Also, we're taking these antibiotics all the time, and it's ruining our gut flora. Gut flora is so important, guys, for digestion and for your immune system. I don't know if you guys know this, but like 70%, at least 70% of your immune system resides, which resides means lives in your gut. So if you're constantly eating things that are going to kill off the good bacteria and the bad, that's another reason why we're having so many problems. Another thing, melatonin is also produced in your gut, in your digestive system. So to all of my people who are having problems with sleeping, and you have to understand, they pump all those animals with all those different steroids, and they don't sleep, they don't relax, and so we kind of take on the personalities of what we eat. So I used to always wonder, like, why is like all the people who are deep thinkers and they be talking about stuff like, I'm probably talking a bit over some people who are watching this, or hopefully the people who are left are people actually the ones who want to hear it. You talk different, you walk different, you think different. And so people who are eating meat can't really hang with the people who don't, because we kind of like think different and we do different stuff. So you look at us like we're crazy, but it's just different. Okay, we're getting there. I got this little bit right here to do. Yep. So if you're interested in eating less meat, guys, please join me in the community. Everything's pinned. If you want to watch this, make sure you check out my YouTube. YouTube is actually I Love Beauty and Wellness as well. And make sure you're following me also on TikTok as well, which is I Love Beauty and Wellness. Because I don't keep my videos up on certain platforms because they're not monetized. But make sure you're following me everywhere so you guys can keep in contact and see the content. Because I know a lot of people, I go live during business hours sometimes, and so I miss out on the night people. So I replay my videos on different platforms so you guys can catch it and things like that, because I have all of you guys in mind. And I know you guys actually miss out. And I don't want you to miss out. If you want a one-on-one, guys, just go to the description. All of my information is there. You can get a one-on-one with me. Join the community, have access to some great information on holistic living, and get a one-on-one. Okay, guys? All right, so I hope you guys learned something. If you learned something, hit those heart buttons, and I will see you soon.